there, and welcome to the 4th Blueprint Tuesday. And yeah, this week is kind of a special one because I really tried to build a coaster, a themed one. And that turned out pretty harsh, actually. I had this feeling I had to try it, what I could do in 1 hour with a coaster last week when I built the dive coaster station, because I thought, yeah, well, the station is nice and all, but how about a full-fledged coaster? So that's what I did, or at least I tried this week, and it was hard. I was very in a rush, if that's right to say, and I'm quite surprised actually how it turned out. I expected way worse. I hoped way better too, but in the end I'm satisfied with what I've done, and I think that's something really good for 1 hour time you have with those Blueprint Tuesday builds. And I really feel like getting more efficient with my building, and that's not just like regarding things like recycling your own stuff you build, like I did there, that I copied over all the rock work I had to the other side, so I could use less time for all of this. But that's something I didn't do that much actually in this build. I probably could have done that more, but the idea came too late to me. Later in this build I had the idea that I should have built some presets of bigger rock formations beforehand, so after I put the coaster down, so I could use those and put in the rocks faster while copying those presets I had made. But yeah, that's again something I probably learned from this. I will try this out again someday, not next episode, but we will revisit this idea of building a coaster in 1 hour. And then we will see what we have learned from this one actually, and how well we're doing then. Yeah, but right now my idea was that I wanted the whole coaster going through this mountainish area and have all this rock work around with some plants and bushes and some trees. And then it turned out that I had to reduce the scale a little bit of this whole mountain rockwork theme and just focus it on one specific area. So we have this 2 turns, they're not really helixes, but these 2 turns where the rockwork will center around. And the rest of the ride will be encased by some kind of forestish foliage area and a fence that I built. So the whole coaster will be bordered by a fence, so you can fit it in nicely into your theme parks. And here again, something that was really time consuming, because at first I didn't notice that those rocks stick out too much down to the coaster and would chop people's heads off, like for real, not in head chopper coaster element style. So I had to invest quite some time to adjust everything there, and that's again things you really notice when you have this little timer running next to you and you look over and then see, oh okay, I only have 20 minutes or so. Yeah, so that's actually one other thing I really learned by doing those. I don't think I've quite mastered it yet, but I get faster because I actually do stuff. I think everybody knows those phases where you're building and then you stop and just look at your park, and that's fine, that's great, because that shows that you build something that you enjoy and that you build something you want to look at. But sometimes, at least that's for me, like for me it's like this. Sometimes it's annoying. Like I'm building a house or a themed area, and I'm looking at it, and then I think you should look at it, you should build it. You would enjoy it way more if it was done. It's just some weird kind of laziness, I suppose, and that is something I really lose while doing those, because I'm in such a hurry and I have to do everything not quite fast actually, but I have to work constantly, and in the end I have a finished product, more or less finished, but I'm happy with it, and for its restrictions it is finished, and then I'm done, and then I can say, okay, I have done it, it's good how it is, I can move on. And that is actually something I have a big problem right now with Adventureplains, or I had actually. I think it solved itself in the last episode with the Copenhagen town area, where I have this big mess of paths, of canals, of walls and towers and stuff, and I was not sure where I was going with it. But then I kind of just said to myself, okay, now you just do something. Just do something and look where the area is going, and that worked quite well, because the idea came while building. I built some random houses to get a feeling of how the area would feel if everything is done, and how the sidelines would work and so on. And with those buildings I realized, okay, I could do this, I could do that better, maybe there would this flat ride would fit, and so on and so on. And this is something I think I've learned by doing this Blueprint Tuesday builds, so I can actually enjoy the work. I think that sounds so wrong, because it sounds like I'm not enjoying the game, but that's not true. I do enjoy the game, but sometimes it's like you have this idea and you want to have it, but you don't want to do all this small, tiny, detailed work to build it. But in the end, it is so worth it. So it's kind of a little bit like training for me, this series, I guess. And yeah. By the way, now we're going to the station building. Please ignore it. This station building is very, very basic. It's extremely basic, to be honest. And that's because I only had 8 minutes left when I was getting there. And I just wanted to get something in there, so there would be a station, because it would be weird if I said, okay, last week I built a coaster station, then this week how about a whole coaster, and then I leave out the station. So I would advise you to replace this one with a station of your own if you're gonna use the blueprint in your park, but that's just me. Maybe you'll like the station. I don't know. Maybe you're weird. Anyways, we're quite close to the end right now, because as I said, I only had 8 minutes left, and it really is only the station building. I did put the POV in front of the video with some kind of callback to Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, because I thought the music would fit. Actually, this was that was the song I put on all of my coasters. No matter what coaster it was, everything had to have this song, because I don't know, I really liked it as a kid, and I still do today. And because this one was kind of Western themed, I thought, why not put it in? Here we are doing the fence. This one will go around the whole coaster, will encase it quite nicely. So you have this theme park typical fenced area around the coaster, so you can get it nice into your park, work around with a little pathing around the coaster, and then you're pretty much set. Yeah. So we are in the last 30 seconds of the build. So what I want to say is thank you guys for watching. I really hope you like those Blueprint Tuesdays. And if you do, please leave a like. Feel free to download this thing from the Steamworkshop. That's why I'm doing all this. And if you have any ideas for themes or stuff I could do on the Blueprint Tuesday, please tell me in the comments, and be sure to check out Adventureplains. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!